Sir Brodid said he can hear you now. Squiddy.
Okay. What about audio for the game? Yep. There's your mic. Perfect.
Yeah. So I think the microphone's good. Okay.
All right. All set.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Let me know if there's any issues.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So apparently, me and Blubbernut have been, talking to ourselves here as the stream gets set up. So we won't delay the match too much longer. We're only about 3 minutes over, so they can stew, they can collect a little bit of pre-match anxiety as we get ready to kick off here. We are still waiting on. It looks like about two. Yeah, we're waiting on 2 players to actually get into the field. Blubbernut, give me a brief synopsis of everything that we've talked about for the past 15 minutes. Give me who you got coming out. Give me the record that you expect to come about, as we are a best of 5 in a playoff match tonight. And why do you think that it's going to go that way?
All right. Well, so to wrap everything up, basically I said I think the Gold Diggers are going to take this one 3-2 because I don't think the 3 Rocketeers are going to go down without a fight. I think objectively the Gold Diggers have the real advantage here, especially when they bring their A game. Will and Baby Dumps are insane. But other than that, I believe you said you had the opposite prediction.
Yeah, so I've definitely got the 3 Rocketeers. I think that they're just on a hot streak following kind of an early season slump, and then just accentuated by Zavri just kicking it into gear and bringing them back to playoff contention, and then Slurpee just utterly destroying for a couple weeks in a row before reaching the playoffs. So I think that despite having a less impressive record than the Gold Diggers, that record is still only 1 week of gameplay differentiating between the 2 of them. I think Zavri is kind of the key to their success. If he can stay consistent, I think Slurpee will be able to pull them through to the chip match. But all our players are in fact on the field right now, so we're gonna go ahead and get it started. We'll switch over to our match main screen, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got some playoff Rocket League. Let me know if you guys can hear the actual match on the chat, as RL Zombie and Will6 will kick it off. So we're trying to take advantage of a fortunate 50-50 as Baby Dumps skillfully plays it out of the danger zone. Will6 will control and try to center a midfield. Slurpee 50s it, but unfortunately is unable to get it clear. Will equally unable to control it as Slurpee tries to slow down the match here.
Really disrupted beginning, kind of in disarray as both teams were trying to take control of the ball. Glad to see that they finally set in here.
Yeah, and it's it's funny. Somebody just pointed out here our match screen is actually counting up. So I'm not entirely sure how that happened. We might wanna. Well, I mean, I guess we could just play for 5 minutes and then call that a game. But I don't know how overtime is gonna work here. We may just want to actually call it early here so that we don't have any overtime irregularities.
I just sent a message to Squiddy D, the guy who is hosting this. He just responded, so give me 1 second. But in the meantime, we'll see if we can either restart the match or see if they're just fine with playing until 5 minutes. All right, we're going to go for a reset.
All right, well, I hope Baby Dumps wasn't too attached to that goal.
You want to type that into the chat for them? I'll message them, but I don't know if they'll see it because they're in the middle of playing.
No, they Squiddy has already told them.
Okay. Yep. There they go.
Yep. You can you can already tell this.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The stream is just in shambles tonight. First, we have no audio, and then we have a game set to infinite time because we just love to see all these games being played, and we just don't want the playoffs to end. So that's why we set it up like that. We're just kidding, of course, but we're gonna get that reset, and then we'll resume the matches as normal.
Yeah, this was a very elaborate ploy to get the tensions even more hyped up than normal. So obviously, we're gonna get all our technical issues here resolved before we actually get some actual QRLS action going down the pipeline. So now that we have a little bit of time before we can actually get a well-working match moving forward, what do you think is the what would you prefer to see? Because we didn't obviously actually get to relay this to the fans. Who would you prefer to see in a finals matchup, and why?
Personally, I would like to see the Three Rocketeers over the Gold Diggers. Not that the Three Rocketeers, I don't think they're worse than the Gold Diggers by any means. I've just played them a couple times. We scrimmed them more often, and I definitely feel more comfortable playing against them. Whereas within the Gold Diggers with Will and Baby Dumps, you just don't know what you're going to get, and the unknown is scary.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that about the unknown nature of playing a team that you're just not super familiar with, or at least not super aware of how they're gonna come out into the field and perform on a given night. But here as we get ready for hopefully a more smooth execution of our matchup, we can kind of start looking forward to next season. We have had obviously 4 expansion teams moving into season 5, and a whole plethora of free agents. Do you have any extremely way too early predictions for how season 5 is gonna start hashing out?
Honestly, I have no idea, only because the amount of people that are joining the community or becoming free agents are just like fruit flies when they just multiply, or gnats. They just don't stop coming. So I mean, we're getting people of all different kinds of skill levels. There's just a huge pool that we had 8 teams, now 12 teams can pick from, and some of these first 8 teams are going to maybe be able to keep their player. I mean, they will be able to keep their player, so they might have somewhat of an advantage. But I really think it's just super unknown because there's a lot of these people that I know we haven't really seen play. And I think that's going to be the most exciting part of that. But, I definitely still think that the original 8 teams that we have in this season, we're going to be really paying attention to them at first because we know all the players. But I would assume after a couple of weeks, we'd really start to see, who's going to come out of the woodwork, so to speak.
Right. And I mean, who knows how many of those original players, other than obviously the captains, are even going to be playing in the initial, the incipient stages of the next season. This season 5 draft is shaping up to be just an earth-shattering event, just because of the new update to the rating cap, the massive influx of people coming into the league. It's gonna be pretty unpredictable. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna shift us back into the opening screen as we try to get some of these issues resolved and figure out if we're gonna give the Gold Diggers their goal that Baby Dumb scored there in the first minute. But we'll be right back. with some QRLS action.
Before that price goes back to normal, textbook save by Heartless.
Billy Bob blasting one here. The best shooter in QRLS history, as some will argue, shows us why. Able to get a nice big read off a good 50. Slots this one over Alex. Not something easily done. The way this is going, we might get some free Rocket League in game 1. Except Billy Bob has other ideas. He gets the lead.
Last season's MVP and a Season 4 finalist. He shows why he came to play and why he is in this game.
Back saves. I feel like the what a save announcer is getting more words in than we are.
And what a clear here by Slurpee Snail. Puts one on and puts it in. Season 4's goal scorer leader here, Slurpee Snail.
An unfortunate and uncharacteristic mistouch from Heartless. Just goes to show how good these guys see. I think I'm surprised to see how quiet Throttle Dog has been. Only one shot so far. Heartless, though, waking up a bit. What a shot from him. Look at this pass from Alex, reading it off the wall, sending it crossfield over the nose of Slurpee Snail. Heartless up quick as you like, off the crossbar. Even better defender. I mean, that's just peak Rocket League buckets.
And Billy Bob off the backboard gets the rebound to put one in here early.
I love these plays. The old alley-oop it looks like. Puts it up, Billy Bob puts it down. Give him a lead.
Back and forth as this one's now in the offensive zone. Alex puts one on. What an angle.
Toaster and a
And ladies and gentlemen, we are in fact back with some QRLS action. So, it was discussed among the teams that the Gold Diggers would in fact get their goal back that Baby Dumps scored at about a minute in. The players were not at all aware of the issue that we were having. Surprising, interestingly enough, they were more interested in a playoff game than in looking at the clock for the first minute. So we're gonna go ahead and just kick off the match as normal. The Gold Diggers did agree to give, the three Rocketeers the full 5 minutes following the goal, rather than just using a minute up. So that's magnanimous of them, of course. But here we go. Slurpee Snail taking a high ball, sending it out to the right. RL Zombie controlling it, sending it out in the midfield. Rule 6 trying to collect in the midfield.
A little bumping going on in the defense here. Slurpee is unable to clear it. Zavi's coming back onto this. And nobody there, so Zavri keeps control.
Slow play, obviously, you gotta wonder if a little bit of momentum has been lost as the players have, unfortunately had to deal with some kerfuffles in the booth and the match screen. But here, as they get their adrenaline pumping again, Zavri is getting ready to set up the three Rocketeers for a comeback tour. With 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining, anything is possible here.
They still look a lot more organized than in the first minute of the failed match, so to speak, when they were all, I think, 6 cars within like 2 feet of each other.
And a crazy shot from the Gold Diggers. Baby Dump's unable to from the three Rocketeers. Baby Dump's unable to get it out. Zavri capitalizes from the confusion caused by that crazy bump from RL Zombie and just slots it where nobody else is at. You see the entire Gold Diggers squad in the middle of the goal, and his positioning was just picture perfect.
Like you said before, Zavri really a part of the keys to success with a really good tying goal here with 3.5 minutes to go, and it's almost like none of the goals happened.
Yeah, this would have been a different situation if the Gold Diggers had not given them that minute. They'd only have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, but that's just plenty of time on a 1 goal differential. But now we've got a ball game here as the Gold Diggers just are trying to push the offensive here, but three Rocketeers playing smart offense and smart defense with a well spaced out defensive positioning. Red Terror trying to control it up the side wall. Slurpee off of a beautiful pass from RL Zombie. Takes the shot, but unable to slot it behind Will 6, who gives them their own booming ball past the midfield.
You know, both teams here having about the same amount of
What a
pressure.
shot! What a shot from Red Terror! And the three Rocketeers were not prepared for that. A beautiful pass from, I believe that was Will 6, catches the defense off guard, and the speed that it came into the midfield, they couldn't get past it. And Red Terror just chips it perfectly and beautifully into the three Rocketeers net.
And as I was saying before, you know, both teams are really keeping up good amounts of pressure here. There's really not one team that's kind of taking it all, as the Gold Diggers say. Are you sure about that? And score another goal.
And, you know, an admirable attempt there from Zabri. You know, he tried to anticipate the quick challenge from Will 6. It was a slow ball into the top of the three Rocketeers' net. So, you know, the smart thing to do would have been to expect a slow play, but Will 6 was just a little bit smarter then and recognized the attempt at the squishy save and just put it in the easy hand volley.
Good save there by Will, with Baby Dumps able to clear the ball here. Good pass out to Will.
And the passing is just pristine from the Gold Diggers, as we've come to expect from the Baby Dumps Will combo. Just look at that. Not too fast and not too centered on net, so that it appears so it's savable by Slurpy Snail, but just positioned brilliantly for Will 6 to get it past the defense.
You know, it's Will 6 here is popping off with a hat trick within just about a minute or two apart. I mean, the Gold Diggers have really kind of set the tone here for game one.
Yeah, never one to let a favorable 50 get past him. Will 6 is going to punish every single time, and this game is getting out of hand for three Rocketeers. What was an admirable and momentum-fueled comeback here has started to turn into just almost a disaster here as a calculated passing and clearing effort from the Gold Diggers is putting them on the back foot. And Baby Dumps will just accentuate that with just, he makes it look so easy. And you could argue that was a misplay from RL Zombie, but that wasn't anywhere near their net. It seemed to not be an overly threatening position, but Baby Dumps can just strike that ball so hard that he can make an innocuous place just deadly.
You got to give both teams credit, though. This isn't the typical match, so nerves are just going to be through the roof. And, it just has to come down to the three Rocketeers kind of getting adjusted to, the next couple of games. They're really going to have to settle in after this first game and kind of, work from there.
Yeah, momentum is definitely something that the three Rocketeers have got to try to pick up here in the last 40 seconds of this match. Xavier trying to get a highlight play off the ceiling with the scoop, but unable to get it on target. Now, a near shot on net almost puts them in a Brazil situation. So, I don't think that flashiness is exactly what they need. I think smart rotations and just smart touches is what's going to turn this around for them.
And turn it around, hopefully it shall. As game one ends here with the Gold Diggers taking it, not quite the Brazil, but an insane offensive mark left by the Gold Diggers in this series.
Absolutely. The Gold Diggers, these are the Gold Diggers that we have come to expect. So I'm honestly not entirely surprised by this turn of events, but the three Rocketeers are just not playing to the level that we've seen in the past 2 or 3 weeks. Certainly not to the extent that we saw last week in their extremely impressive sweep over the Hammerheads. So, Blubbernut, tell me, what do you think their K1 keys to success, to trademark, are going to be as we move into Game 2 of this best of 5 series for turning this around?
I think it's all about settling in. They did seem kind of a little off, getting on their defensive rotations, but I think settling in is the most important thing here. It's not like your typical games where, if the Gold Diggers win again, that's it. They still have some wiggle room here. So, they just got to eat this loss and try to learn from it moving forward and to just try and keep up with the Gold Diggers as much as they can.
Absolutely, and I think that it's interesting that you mentioned keeping up with the Gold Diggers, because I honestly think that the Rocketeers are inherently a faster team. I think that the three Rocketeers the Gold Diggers are just outplaying them positionally. So it's going to be interesting to see if Slurpee and Zabri can take advantage of their slight mechanical advantage here.
And a beautiful demo by Baby Dumps on Slurpee Snail. Got to get it out there.
Absolutely, always appreciate my color. Keeping me honest with the beautiful demos. That's a vital part of our stream here. Slurpee tries to slow shot it. Always tends to confuse the goal line when you don't just boom it in. But now we've got another recalibration of the defense as Baby Dumps tries to get it over Slurpee Snail. Gets a favorable 50 over to Will 6. Tries to slot it into the corner, and now Fusion. A beautiful touch, just a light touch from Red Terror. No need to just boom it into the net. He recognizes that the defense has been thrown off by the corner touch from Will 6, and he just chips it in perfectly.
It looked like Will 6 was going for the shot there, but as I always say, sometimes the best shots are the worst passes, and the best passes are the worst shots.
Words to live by as Slurpee tries to muscle it in with a skillful shot, and now this ball is dangerously bouncing, a line drive back into the side field of the three Rocketeers. A collision of the three Rocketeers midair could set up the Gold Diggers for an outplay here, but an impressive clear from Arl Zombie restabilizes the three Rocketeers defense. Baby Dumps up to the ball. Arl Zombie trying to take control, unable to capitalize. Zabri trying to get an offensive play action going. But Red Terror with an extremely impressive clear, just utterly destroying the momentum of the three Rocketeers. And Zabri with a not so calculated whiff of ball there on the defense. You really can't afford to be missing those shots, as Baby Dumps sets up for a ceiling shot, but nobody is there to support him. Interesting momentary lapse in offense from the Gold Diggers here.
Speaking of the Gold Diggers, I kind of want to shout out Red Terror. He's been playing exceptionally well tonight, especially keeping up with Will and Baby Dumps. He's gotten so much better through this league, and definitely noticed the improvement.
Without a doubt, the captain, Red Terror, has probably been playing the best positional Rocket League on the pitch tonight. And I think, nothing against Red Terror, but I think this is probably the best I've seen him play. He has just improved so much in this season alone. It's really a pleasure to see him out there. Slurpee Snail booming the ball into the Gold Diggers defense. An awkward, just not quite on the wall ball. Baby Dumps able to get a pinch into their far net. Baby Dumps again trying to take control. Slurpee Snail trying to play interference in the Gold Diggers net. This is probably the longest that we've seen the three Rocketeers in the offensive hat in this series. For the first time about a minute and a half, the Gold Diggers get some offense going.
You know, like I said, it's just all about settling in a little bit. You can see the three Rocketeers slowly starting to settle in, you know, finally able to keep up, you know, pressure on their side of the field a little more than usual.
And there you see Baby Dumps. You know, maybe that was a slightly early celebration there, but certainly ended up working out well. That fourth man in the post almost came in clutch for the three Rocketeers, but Baby Dumps will give the Gold Diggers a 3-shot advantage, 3-goal advantage with a minute and a half remaining, and Zombie there giving RL Zombie a little bit of a boost, and a slightly unorthodox gameplay, and the three Rocketeers are just looking a little disheveled right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're up 3 goals with about a minute remaining. You know, they're just trying to get these shots on and just not having any luck so far. But, you know, try again, and eventually you shall succeed.
Absolutely. This is not over in any way, shape, or form. As Slurpee with a long carry over the field, trying to take matters into his own hands here against a full Gold Diggers squad. Not the most favorable odds here, even for a man of Slurpee's caliber. The Rocketeers really need to just control the ball slightly more and stop just giving away possession, as they said, to the midfield with an unusually beautiful redirect from Zombie there with a beautiful demo. Might give the three Rocketeers the chance they need in the last 20 seconds to put some offensive pressure, but Red Terror, the captain, again will take charge and just throws the offense. And again, a beautiful demo of Slurpee, the offensive masterclass, powerhouse for the three Rocketeers taken out, and that will probably put the nail in the coffin here of the three Rocketeers. Might get a consolation goal. Oh no, not even. The Gold Diggers are not relenting in this matchup tonight. They want the sweep. They want it now.
The best defender in all of Rocket League, the Post, unfortunately said no consolation goal for this match.
Yeah, that fourth man is, you know, he's he's playing quite the matchup. He's playing quite the match tonight. 0 goals for the three Rocketeers. 1 goal total in 2 games. I believe they only got 1 goal. Last game, Slurpee 4 shots on net, but a pretty evenly impressive performance from the Gold Diggers. Red Terror with a goal, Baby Dumps with 2 goals, Will 6 playing facilitator with a playmaker. They're just this is a team that looks like they deserve to win the playoffs. Do you think there's any hope for Slurpee and the boys to bring this back?
I always think there's hope. In Season 2, when the Kings faced the three Rocketeers, actually, and Will was on that team, they were up 3-0, and we came back and won. So, I mean, it is possible. The reverse sweep is only possible if you lose the maximum amount of times before losing the series. So we might get a reverse sweep here.
One can only hope for that much for your Rocket League as we get into Game 3. 3 Rocketeers facing a sweep. Get the kickoff. RL Zombie pushing the initial offensive pressure. Slurpee trying to take the ball into his own hands, unable to get control for Will 6 clears it. Zombie pushing. Once again, unable to get it past Will 6, trying to take it by himself. Air dribbles, but a beautiful save from Slurpee. Net is open. Zombie trying to take a strategic shot into the corner. Gets past the defender, but is unable to get it past Will 6. A favorable 50 puts Slurpee in prime position, but it's triple coverage. Oh no, and he's unable to get the clear into the net. That's got to be a heartbreaker there.
You know, it is a little bit, but it's still fresh in the game. Plenty of more opportunities to come for sure.
Absolutely, and that shot was in triple coverage again, so it would have been ever the more impressive if he could have slotted that. But Zombie recognizing the hole in the defense there, gets it past, but unable. It seems like no matter how much pressure the Three Rocketeers put in to disintegrate the Gold Diggers defense, can't seem to quite put her on target no matter how well they do. But they are certainly keeping that pressure alive this game more than we've seen before. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Yeah, still 3.5 to go. No goals on either side here. Just been kind of back and forths here. Very exciting though. Still very good gameplay. I've gotta love the free Rocket League here.
High-paced combat action here. Surprisingly enough, not quite as violent as the past couple of games. You think that maybe a little bit of more offensive and aggressive play might suit them, as the Gold Diggers will clearly hear me in the booth and start the ball marathon. But again, we got a slowdown of gameplay. Neither team willing to risk too much, especially in this ever vital game 3. A beautiful save from Slurpy Snail as they get the ball back into the midfield. Rule 6 by himself. Arlo Zombie in the net, and a great save. What a read on that ever so dangerous Rule 6 air dribble. Red Terra trying to put the offense again. Baby Dumps with the patented center pass. Nobody there to collect. Slurpee with another save. They're just racking the saves up. This match, Red Terra again, his positioning, it can't be denied.
Absolutely, he's everywhere that they've needed him to be, and he's he may miss the ball a couple times, but sometimes the presence is all you need.
For sure, as Slurpee Snail's unable to get down the ball fast enough, and Red Terror collecting the boost, bouncing the ball off the side to use the defense. This is one of the most impressive games I've seen him play. And now Will 6 pitches it off the side wall, opening potential shot, but unable to put it in the most advantageous position for his team. Winding down the clock. Here we got a minute left with still nothing on the scoreboard. As I say that, Will 6 will of course shut me up with again a patented Baby Dumbs pass. He's definitely up there in the top two passers, top 2 assisting playmakers in the QRLS this season.
The banger on the net. Will 6 again with the saves. He's been really on it with the saves tonight.
Certainly, I really just want to see just more calculated gameplay from the Three Rocketeers here. Their playoff and their championship hopes are on the line here. They are 45 seconds away from this being all over, and us, getting paid for a short night as well.
What a shot!
Oh my! I need to see that again. My camera was all up in their grill in that. And look at that redirect. Oh, that you could have sworn that was gonna pinch off the corner and just fly off, but Will 6 just slots it unbelievably in the impossible pocket at the top right of the Rocketeers net. And barring a miracle run in the last 20 seconds, you gotta think it's all over for the Rocketeers. Let's see what Slurpee can pull out. 10 seconds left.
Whoa. A little on boost here, not where you want to be.
They've got to take advantage. They've got 5 seconds for one shot on net, but the clock winds down with 2 seconds left. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Gold Diggers will sweep the Three Rocketeers. 2 sweeps in our playoff games. I cannot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not want I did not want a sweep tonight. I wanted to watch and cast some free Rocket League, but the fact that we had 2 sweeps in our playoffs just multiplies my level of hype for the championship match. How are you feeling following this result as the captain of their competing team?
Super excited because, again, we love the plot. The Kings just had a sweep a couple days ago, and now the Gold Diggers come out with a sweep. Not even close to 5 games, 3-3. So you got to wonder how much of a barn burner these finals are going to be.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, our grand championship finals match is going to be a best of 7. So we will, at a minimum, have 4 games in our championship. And obviously, I can't get too. I'm not going to make you give too many of your secrets away. Your strats for the championship match. But looking at these Gold Diggers, you saw so much that you wouldn't have expected. Will Six taking a back seat, taking a defensive posture. Red Terror playing probably the best positioning and the best offense that he's played this whole season. So their well-roundedness just came into full view here. How do you think, without giving too many secrets away, how do you think the Kings are going to respond to this newly fired up Gold Diggers?
The Kings are going to do what the Kings do best. They're going to go out there, play the games, and have fun, man. It's super exciting to be in the finals. The difference in my team compared to, earlier this season, even if it was other people, it's just super exciting, and it's super fun to be able to play with such, great competitors that we have in this community. So, the Kings are going to go out hard and strong and fast, and hopefully the Gold Diggers can keep up.
Classy yet competitive as always. Blubbernut, captain of the Kings, QRLS Season 4 finalist officially with the Gold Diggers. I'm giddy with anticipation for this finals matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're staying tuned, staying locked in to the Discord for announcements on when the championship match is going to occur next week, obviously at some point. And before we close up shop for the night, is there any last words you want to say to the fans in the stands?
The last words I have will definitely go to Red Terror, who will be speaking for a small interview after this match. He just has to be pulled in. But he will be here within a minute or so. We'll have a couple questions for him, kind of get his point of view, congratulate him for his matches today. This is something we haven't done in a while. We kind of brought it back for the playoffs. We'll probably do it again for finals, but it'll be nice to hear from someone for the winning team.
That's a good point. I was looking to pull him in here. We'll briefly go into the starting student screen, guys, and then we'll be right back with that interview.
Before that price goes back to normal, textbook save by Heartless.
Billy Bob blasting one here. The best shooter in QRLS history, as some will argue, shows us why. Able to get a nice big read off a good 50. Slots this one over Alex. Not something easily done. The way this is going, we might get some free Rocket League in game 1. Except Billy Bob has other ideas. He gets the lead.
Last season's MVP and a Season 4 finalist. He shows why he came to play and why he is in this game.
Back saves. I feel like the what a save announcer is getting more words in than we are.
And what a clear here by Slurpee Snail. Puts one on and he puts it in. Season 4's goal scorer leader here, Slurpee Snail.
An unfortunate and uncharacteristic mistouch from Heartless. Just goes to show how good these guys. See, I think I'm surprised to see how quiet Throttle Dog has been Only one shot so far. Heartless, though, waking up a bit. What a shot from him. Look at this pass from Alex, reading it off the wall, sending it crossfield over the nose of Slurpee Snail. Heartless up quick as you like, off the crossbar. Even better defender. I mean, that's just peak Rocket League buckets.
And Billy Bob off the backboard gets the rebound to put one in here early.
I love these plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with the captain of the ever so impressive Gold Diggers. Probably more impressive tonight than I've ever seen them before. Red Terror, congratulations. That was a farm burner. Not just a barn burner. The whole damn farm has been burned to the ground. You guys played out of your minds. How are you feeling?
Thank you for the congratulations. Thank you for having me back into an interview. It's been a while. I am feeling honestly very fantastic. It was definitely, I would say, probably the best week in terms of just teamwork and plays that we've done. And obviously for my own personal part, because I'm playing with two mega beasts of teammates that definitely helped me and have helped me improve. But yeah, it's been quite the ride this season, and I'm happy to be where I am.
Yeah, I was just saying that during the matches, we were pretty impressed with your positioning and just your overall play, because I know sometimes it's hard to keep up with those guys, but I think you did an absolutely insane job there. You even got yourself a couple of goals, which is awesome. That's something you definitely want on your little playoffs record there for sure.
Oh, definitely. I was going in. I don't know how many. I scored probably like 2 or 3. And that was honestly my personal goal for tonight, to just get 1 or 2. Be involved in the action, not leave it all up to my guys. And a big key in everything was just my nerves, which usually get the better of me. And just the self confidence. Like I said, it's hard to keep up with those guys. You're right. But just playing with them and practicing offside like we have been, and communicating as well as we have been, definitely has played a big role for us, especially in our rotation and level of gameplay. So I finally found like my sweet spot on how to support them and how to fit in as a whole team.
Great stuff. It shows. It really shows that you guys have have come into your own and have really pushed that chemistry to new heights. That as a spectator, as a commentator, and as a player, I definitely haven't seen that level of just meshing from you guys yet. So that was just super impressive. Like very 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 impressive from the whole squad, and especially from you. You were your positioning, as I called out on the cast several times, was really well disciplined and effective. But I obviously I've got to be fair. I asked my partner in crime in the booth what he was gonna bring to the matchup, obviously without giving any key strats. Here as we move into our championship week, you saw the Kings sweep Clarity. You guys tonight, in dominating fashion, swept the 3 Rocketeers, who themselves had gotten a sweep in week 10. So what's your mentality like? What kind of, again, without giving too many details, what kind of stuff are you guys gonna do, prepare to bring forward to make this matchup competitive next week?
To be totally honest with you, 100% nothing. 100% nothing. There is nothing that I will change, and my guys will say the same. There's nothing that we should change. Nothing that we should honestly discuss or go over. We're in the finals. It's go big or go home. Give it your all. I don't think there is anything that we could contribute, just because we're probably at the pinnacle of rotation, communication, pretty much everything that you saw out there. Again, personally, I felt like this was our strongest week. Personally, from me, my certain level of gameplay, because I always say it, I'm lower tiered than other captains or other players in the league. So sometimes it is hard to keep up with everybody's. But again, I just feel like we're finally at that sweet spot where, as a team, as a whole unit, we're just golden. No pun intended, you know. So yeah, we're just gonna go forward. Pretty much keep giving what we've been distributing all season long, especially tonight, and have fun. Good luck to Blubber and his team, the Kings. I'm definitely excited to schedule that matchup and definitely go up against Alex, who could be said is the top tier of the league as of right now in terms of MMR and skill. So I definitely want to go up against him and the other guys. So it's gonna be great, and I'll just say look forward to more of the Gold Diggers.
An understatement if I've ever heard one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up here. I've got some sweeping to do because my dining room has just burned to the ground following that matchup. It was not fire retardant enough to handle that Gold Diggers onslaught. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Make sure you stay tuned to the Discord, the Facebook. We're gonna be sending out announcements with scheduling for the matchup next week. So stay tuned. Tell your friends. We're gonna have the implications for this championship are crazier than we ever could imagine. So stay excited, and as always, keep equipped.